What's going on, family? It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. As you can see by the title, we're picking up the Signs Through the Houses series with Leo in the 8th house, all right? So y'all already know the vibes, family. I'd appreciate if y'all go ahead and like the video, help us build the community up. I'm gonna give y'all a second to do that. All right. This is why we like this, fam. This is why we like this. I know I could depend on y'all for that. All right. Make sure to share, subscribe. Okay. Tap into my website if you'd like to connect with the Lucky Libra. Tap into my Patreon if you'd like to dive deeper. Let's get right into it. Now, if you have Leo in the 8th house, most likely you are a Capricorn Rising. Okay. Now, I'm a Capricorn rising, but I don't have Leo in the 8th house, right? So you might be an Aquarius rising. You might be a Sagittarius rising. It really depends on the degrees of that first house and how the rest of your chart is mapped out. But most of the time, Capricorn is on that first house cusp. But overall, we're focusing on everybody that got Leo on that 8th house cusp. Okay, so off rip, what is the 8th house? What is the 8th house? The 8th house deals with transformation, rebirths. It's a water house. It's a subconscious house. All right. So it's dealing with our feelings and emotions. But this house dealing with our buried feelings and emotions, our deeper, darker feelings and emotions, traumas and wounds, deep passions and motives. You know, things that influence transformation in our life, regeneration and rebirths in our life. This house dealing with our sexual influences, our desires, okay? Desires of all sorts. Desires are not just always sexual, okay? We're also dealing with, you know, the occult, esoteric energies, hidden energies, all right? And the shared values, the resources of others, resources of business partners, associates, your wife, your husband, you feel me? Your partner. Now, this is a significant placement because Leo's a square here. Leo's a square in this house. Leo's a home in the 5th house, which is the house that deals with, the 5th house deals with creative expression and light and sunlight and spotlight and being seen. But then now Leo's in the house that deals with being behind the scenes. The dark is no light here, right? So what happens with Leo being fixed fire ruled by the sun in this house? First of all, we need to know the house the sun is in. We need to know the house the sun is in because that house is going to, you know, bring everything into the 8th house. That house is going to have a lot to do with what you experience, transformations, rebirths within your life, all right? And you're going to be influenced to take action on things in that house to help you transmute and heal your 8th house, all right? The house lord for the 8th house helps you get to the meat and potatoes of how you heal and transmute energies and wounds and traumas and do shadow work in your life, all right? So we need to know that. Now, when we put Leo in here, this person is gonna go through transformation when it comes to their self-esteem, their creative expression, and their self-expression. They're going to manifest, is inevitable. They're going to manifest times in their life where they try to express themselves, be seen for something. It could be a creative pursuit, something dealing with competition, something where they're on the stage though, something where they were able to be critiqued or they were able to be seen doing something or whatnot, or, you know, a creative pursuit, and it may not go their way. Right? It may not go their way. And it's with this alignment, it's easy to cling on to that time. It didn't go their way. And now this starts to develop wounds, insecurities, things they have to realize about themselves. So you have to, this is where a lot of the trauma and the wounds develops from. And, you know, there could be all type of negative ways that their self-expression, creative expression could, you know, take a punch. You know, this could be not getting supported in the home environment. This could be, you know, just being embarrassed trying to do something, having a big failure, quote unquote failure. Don't really like to use the word failure. You know, more so like to say shortcoming or something didn't go in your favor or something didn't go your way or a lesson or experience. But when I say failure, you understand the gist of what I'm trying to say. But when they experience these things, you got to make sure you don't hold on to these things because this is part of what makes Leo in this 8th house strong. This is part of what develops the character here. Embracing them times where your creative self-expression didn't go the way you wanted to and say, fuck it. Next time I'm gonna still own the stage. Fuck it. The record label didn't like the first album. Watch what I do the second album. Fuck it. They ain't like that first single. Watch what I do the second single. That's what starts to build the character here. That's what starts to build the character here. So you're going to be tested in these different type of ways. Now, the thing is, with that eighth house here, with that eighth, I mean, I said with that eighth house here, with Leo in the eighth house, with the influence of the sun here, okay, understand the eighth house has a huge influence on their sun sign. Hold on, excuse me, guys, excuse me, one second. I've been on a diet, y'all, so I've been drinking a lot of water. You need to be drinking your agua, period. But anyways, the eighth house is going to have a huge influence on how they express themselves and their personality. With this alignment, it's hard to separate the natural personality from their shadow self. So when they dive into forms of self-expression, it's going to be raw a lot of the time. Their natural aura, personality can be raw. AKA, there ain't no front to how they're trying to be seen. It's almost like they wear the emotions on their sleeve here. Okay? So we just did Cancer in the eighth house, which makes the moon the ruler here. This makes them be deep inside. The sun being the ruler here, the expression, the external is deep. So you're going to get a gist of what they're dealing with emotionally through their expression. This is why when it comes into their creative pursuits, these are your type of artists that they'll make a song, or they'll write the script up for a movie, or they'll do whatever through a creative pursuit, but it'll be some dark shit. You know, what's the song Juice WRLD came out with? R.I.P. Juice WRLD. What's the song, his first song he came in? I can't even sing this shit. I'm about to fuck all type of lyrics up. I don't even know why I attempted to sing it just now, but if you know the artist Juice WRLD or whatnot, that first single, his music, or like that emo vibes, dark depression music being expressed, but it's creative. That's like sun. This is this type of placement, Leo in the eighth house type of placement. You know, they will find ways to transmute dark, deep shit or things dealing with their emotions into a creative pursuit, or simply when it comes to their expression and self-expression, it could be that raw. It could be that raw. They're gonna, because the eighth house is behind the scenes, but you got Leo here. You got Leo here that projects, right? That expresses. So a lot of the time they can be extreme, expressing taboo like things, deep dark like things, or they can also have a mysterious like aura to their form of expression. Mysterious and somewhat private, but it goes through shifts. Remember, this is a square, and when we deal with squares bring a friction that push you to evolve, right? But it's a challenge. It's challenging. So a lot of times it's hard to find that medium between wearing that expression or embracing, self-expression through, deep dark things or things that have transformed you, and then, kind of wanting to be hidden in private. A lot of the times these guys are gonna try to, it ain't no try. They're gonna have, once again, that like mysterious aura, and part of them is gonna come off a bit private with their expression, and then at times they can have a dynamic expression. At times they can say, it's almost like at times they say, fuck that hiding shit, or fuck not being seen. So this could come out when they're in fifth house energies, This could come out when they're partying, making music, dealing with their arts, dealing with creative expression all the time. They could really come out, But overall, man, their self-esteem and their self-expression will go through ups and downs and certain transformations. All right, and this is what's gonna cause them dealing with creative pursuits and dealing with situations where they have to express themselves in life. These are things that's gonna initiate transformation in their life. These are things that are gonna influence rebirth, but this is what builds their character and make them strong. Okay. Once again, the natural personality here is going to be really connected to the shadow. So depending on what type of emotional baggage they carry, it's very subconscious, and they may not realize how this shit affects their aura and affects how people see them and how they express themselves. Okay. It may wear that thick emotion on their sleeves, may even come off a bit moody. All right. Could come off a bit moody at times, even if they're really not moody. That may just be their aura a little bit. All right. The self-confidence, You know, Leo is a very confident energy, wants to demand the stage or whatnot. Okay. And even Leos themselves have insecurity, even though that's what they embody, they still have their insecurities at time with being on the stage. But when the sunlight hit them, they're not gonna back away. They naturally conduct themselves as if they know how to deal with the stage. So with that being said, their self-confidence, it's developed through how they heal themselves, how they conquer things dealing with their emotions, things that impact the emotions here with Leo in the eighth house. The more they get a grasp on understanding these things about themselves, understanding their shadow, understanding their insecurities, this one starts to make them more confident. So the less they neglect, the more they acknowledge these things and not neglect it, the more they empower themselves here. You know, a unique thing about this placement is that they can thrive through controversy. It's almost like sometimes controversy, dark times, transformative times entice them to come alive and get busy and get active and handle things. So that is a positive thing about Leo here. Remember, squares push us to evolve. So there's going to be an energy here that in some type of way that fuels them to transmute here, and that's what it's going to be a lot of the times. Another placement here, another planet here may sink into their emotions when it's time to deal with dark energies. Leo here is a little different. Leo here, the sun here, it kind of gets invigorated in a way. It gets enticed to deal with controversy and negative things, almost to the point they may be attracted to drama. They may be attracted to drama. This might be a trait that they like in their partners, or something that attracts them to people, or to the opposite gender or whatnot. Is like a partner somebody that has these Leo traits. So it could be somebody theatrical, a bit dramatic, really expressive. They may like that. They may like that, a lot of the time with Leo in the eighth house. Okay. But overall, conquering trials and tribulations in their life, this is what builds this person up. This is what makes them feel alive. A lot of them, remember, it's the sun. So the sun brings sunlight to a place where it ain't no light, right? So with that awareness here, they can envision themselves. They envision their potential conquering things a lot of the time. All right. So it almost develops like a survivor mentality. Like I could burst through anything. I can embrace trials. I can embrace dark times here. You know, it's just that at times, with Leo and this energy, they can put light to things that maybe there shouldn't be light on. Things that should stay hidden. They can be expressive of it. So at times their expression can come off taboo or too dark and heavy for others, but still somewhat prideful, dealing with transformation in their life. All right. They may develop a strong passion for different type of creative pursuits here. All right. Especially fashion as something, it could be music, different type of arts, but fashion, I've realized something, this placement is going to like that with Leo in the eighth house, especially if they have sun or the moon placements in here. It's something about fashion that they get to, it's almost like they transmute energy through how they present themselves before even expressing themselves. Because in a way with fashion, you present your energy before you even really express yourself, right? Because it comes with, colors, symbols, all of that, right? It speaks before you do. So yeah, they could be into that. Another thing these people have to make sure they understand is not to worry about how other people look at them when they're initiating transformation in their life. Leo can be very self-conscious, so you have to make sure in this house, when you need to initiate transformation in your life, or you're doing something for a change, you're doing something to change, to bring positive change in your life, but to you probably think others look at you like you corny or something. Now, it could be something simple too. It could be something so simple like, say Leo in the eighth house is overweight, they want to lose weight, and they're going to the gym and they're on a treadmill. Don't be caring who's looking at you. Everybody's in the gym to do what they gotta do. Like, if anything, people really are commending you for being in there. So you got to be careful how much you allow how people look at you, whatnot, to halt you from initiating a change or transformation into your life. All right. And you guys can spend a lot of money on your self-image too. The 8th house has a lot to do with finances. Sometimes you can go too deep doing things. Over here, you will kind of overindulge into, you know, it could be productive. You could be investing into things to help enhance your self-image from a self-development level. Like, once again, like doing things to work out and spending money on your diet, you know, spending money to take care of things of yourself. That's all positive, but like, you know, just doing things to spend money to transform your self-image through an artificial way, you got to be careful of that. These people may look at BBLs and surgery and shit like, I get my tummy tucked. Fuck is you talking about? I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that treadmill shit. I'm getting my tummy tucked. And I ain't hating on nobody that does that. But we're dealing with spirituality here. And we're dealing with the 8th house and we're dealing with healing. That ain't really gonna heal. You know, we talking about what's really gonna heal. Getting to the root. All right, of your self-image and whatnot. So we don't want to cover it up. We want to get to the meats and potato of it, right? So, you know, your astrologer is gonna tell you, you know, let's do the real work. Let's do the real transformation, because the 8th house is going to bring another issue that we got to deal with if we try to cover it up. All right, y'all? So let's be conscious about that. Let's be wise about that. All right. You know, I mentioned like, the emo like expression, or like, you know, them wearing their darkness, them wearing their darkness with their former expression. Let's talk about sexual influences. Okay. Now, we know Leo's prideful, right? Leo has a lot of pride. So they could be real prideful with sex, develop their dignity through sex. They could want to conquer you through sex. They're going to have an extremely strong sexual nature here. Yeah, let's save the best for last. They're going to have an extremely strong sexual nature. When we look at the 8th house being one of the houses that have strong influences on sex, and then we have Leo, which has a strong influence on sex. Some of y'all thinking, why Leo? What Leo got to do with sex? Leo comes out the 5th house, which deals with creation. Deals with childlike activity, right? What do we create here? What do you got to do to create a child? So the energy of, you know, that intensity itself, Leo makes them a very sexual energy. And then you put it in the 8th house. So yeah, there's going to be a very strong sexual nature here. They may have a strong sexual magnetism to their expression too. You know, these individuals can come off very attractive. Their attraction could be type magnetic to other individuals here with Leo in the 8th house. All right. They may be attracted, once again, okay, I had said earlier that how they're going to be attracted to people with Leo-like traits at times, somebody that may be real expressive, slightly dramatic, theatrical in their actions in some type of shape or form. Leo in the 8th house may look at that like, oh, I like that. I'm going to tame that, though. I'm going to tame that. I'm going to conquer that spicy energy. That's how they may look at that shit, with Leo in the 8th house. You feel me? They may be hella theatrical in sex. They may be hella theatrical, talk a lot, do extra shit, do somersaults, you know, do all type of shit. Hit a backflip in the pussy. They may do it. Because you know Leo extra. Yeah, I know Leo extra. Leo dramatic. So when it comes to sexual influences, yes, they could definitely be really prideful with how they try to put it down. They have very strong sexual nature. All right. Damn near competitive in the bedroom. Really competitive here. But they can become self-absorbed here. They could become self-absorbed with sex. It's almost like they're having sex, you know, once again, being self-conscious, caring how people see them. So instead of embracing the act of connecting intimately, right? Reading the vibrations of a person, rocking back and forth, like how sex is supposed to be, you feel me? Rocking back and forth, reading the vibrations of your partner, this, that, and the third, you know, working together in unison with harmony. You know, yeah, they're going to have the mentality to conquer this, that, and the third, but a lot of the time, you know, they might just be in their head, like, thinking about, you know, how their look. how they look or how they're getting theirs off. So make sure that sun energy don't get too self-invested. Understand, it's a two-person thing. Okay, might be a 3-person thing, 4-person thing. But you never know. You can keep it 2 for that. All right. So, but yeah, that's Leo. That's Leo in the 8th house, man. That's Leo in the 8th house for the most part. Let's get into some celebrities here. Oh, I thought I wrote it down already. Okay, what we got? Is this Leo in the 8th house? Okay, yep. What do we got? We have Oprah Winfrey. Okay. Shit, Oprah show got a lot of shit dealing with wounds, transformations. All type of shit be on Oprah show. She bring the light to all type of shit. Gwen Stefani, Jimi Hendrix, all right. Pink, Sylvester Stallone, Warren Buffett, all right. Who we got? Lenny Kravitz. Okay. Who we got? I know we got some more. Malcolm X. All right, that's what I'm saying. I know we got some more powerful people. Michelangelo. All right. Ronald Reagan. Okay. Wiz Khalifa, John Legend. All right. So that's Leo in the 8th house family. Oh yeah, and they might develop inheritance from the father here too. They might develop inheritance through the father here too. They might have some traditions passed down to them from the father. That's from a creative perspective. All right, that may come out here. So yeah, that's something that you want to pay attention to with this alignment. But family, y'all already know the vibes. It's the Lucky Libra. Thank you for tuning in again. I appreciate if you like, share, subscribe to help me build this community up. All right. Make sure to tap into my website if you like to connect with the Lucky Libra. And make sure to tap into my Patreon if you like to dive deeper. Next episode, we're getting into Virgo in that 8th house, baby. Until next time, peace.